What's up, y'all? It's BTB Kicks back here again with another restoration video, and in this video we will be restoring not sneakers because it's fall, and you know, around that time, fall and winter, people want to get their shoes back, right? Or their boots more so than their sneakers. So right here we have a pair of Timberland boots, classic wheat Tims, and they have some throw up on them. Like you all can see, there's throw up and vomit on the shoes. I can actually give you all the background of these. The customer brought these in today, day before Halloween, said that her son went to a Halloween party and I guess some girl threw up on his shoes, but she already knew where to bring them. So she's bringing them to the best in the game, best in Oak Park, best in Chicago, BTB Kicks. But we're gonna get into this restoration. We're gonna give these a deluxe clean off of my menu, and we're gonna take care of this suede, clean it up, renap it, bring it back to life, and you all are gonna see it step by step. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So getting into this restoration, we're gonna work on the right shoe and put the left one to the side for me to do off camera. But as you all can see, this shoe is tore up. So you see there's vomit on the shoes and it's overall nasty. Like I'm wearing gloves, but to the average person, they might think these are cooked and just absolutely just ruined. But we're gonna bring them back to life. So first things first, I put shoe trees in them. And I'm not sponsored by any brand at the moment, so we're not gonna give any call outs to any specific brand products that I use at the moment. But if you wanna know what I use just regularly, I'll put that in the description down below. So let me pull all this out. Boom. And then what we usually do for suede shoes like this and just suede shoes in general is we have to dry clean them first, so that way they clean up the best when we actually get to the nitty gritty and clean them with water and solution. So what I'll do before I even get to that is suede erase the entire shoe to get off some of the debris just on top and some of the staining or just marking to see if it'll come out first, and that makes the suede and the entire cleanup smooth sailing after I do that. So let me get that suede eraser. So we got the suede eraser. I'm just gonna get to erasing, so check this out. Since this is throw up, I don't know if a lot of this will come out just from erasing, but I know once we actually get into the clean, it should come out. I'm hoping, because I don't know how long this has been sitting in the shoe. That might affect it as well. Since throw up is acidic, it could have messed up the shoe. There's this area where it's like doing this. I gotta be fragile around there. I think that when we add water to clean these in the solution, these should hopefully clean up a little bit better. In the meantime, I'm just gonna be hitting the rest of the shoe to try to get out any other markings and things of that nature. And I'll get back to you all once we're ready to clean them. All right, so now that we suede erased the entire shoe, which it didn't really seem like it did too much, I'm gonna fill up my bowl basically with water, so then I can add solution to it and start to clean. So I'm just gonna add a brand of sneaker cleaner to the water. I'll leave a link down below to some of the ones that I use, as well as the products that I use in the video. The first brush I wanna use is a soft bristle brush. I dip it in, shake off as much as I can, because we don't want to oversaturate the suede because that can damage the suede. So we want to shake it off as much as we can to the point where the brush barely has any water on it. Then we're just going to go in. Scrubbing in small circles is the way to go when it comes to suede. The least amount of water as possible is best practice for shoes like these. Just that way the shoe doesn't really bleed as much. So we're going to keep going. And then when you think your brush has ran off or ran out of water, you can go ahead, go back in, shake off a lot of it, go right back in on the shoe. And then as you're doing this, you want to make sure you pat the shoe before all the suds kind of like go away, so the extra water doesn't affect the suede as well. So we're going to hit the back of this shoe really quick before the other suds start to dissipate, and then we're going to continue with the clean. All right, so now that we've done that and hit every part of the shoe to get it wet on the uppers, we take our towel and we just pat it dry, because we don't want to do too much and agitate the suede, so we're just going to pat it dry. So As you all can see, the shoe, you really can't see any of the throw up on there at the moment, but we'll see once it dries to see if it all came out. But there's some areas of the shoe that I still have to hit before we put them to dry, but I might go over it one more time with the medium, very, very lightly. That way we get as much as a throw up and dirt off without damaging the shoe. So now I'm just gonna take the medium bristle brush and dip that in, same thing. We don't want it overly wet, so we shake it off. I'm gonna go in the same area where I originally cleaned. Letting the brush do more so of the work than me doing work with the brush. And we're gonna hit up here. And then we're gonna pat that dry. All right, so now that the uppers are clean, before we put them to dry in front of our fan, we're gonna tackle the, well, really there's no midsole on the shoe for real, but just the rim of the bottom and the actual bottom themselves. It's really not too bad, but we're gonna use our cuticle pusher to get that out of, like just this debris and muck out of it, which I usually use to get stuff out, and just like that, it came out. Everything else, not too bad. And then from there, we're gonna hit this with a stiff bristle brush or a harder brush for the bottoms, just to give it a light clean. And then we're also going to hit the sides really quick. And then just for good measure, I'm gonna bust out a high-powered tool, link in description for this, and we're gonna tackle these bottoms. Cool, cool. And then we're gonna get rid of all those extra suds using the handy-dandy steam gun. All right, then we're just gonna wipe off the excess that got on the uppers and the sides, and then we're just gonna put them to dry. These should take maybe about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to dry, and then I'll come back to you all when we have to renap the suede and get it looking back to tip-top shape. All right, y'all, so we're back. The shoe is dry, and now it's time to renap the suede. Once we bring back the suede and recondition the suede, these shoes should come back to life. So as you all can also see, the vomit and stains are out of the shoes as well. So we're gonna start that by going in with a dry medium bristle brush to renap the suede. And we're just gonna hit every part of the shoe, just like this, and you can start to see the suede start to stand back up. And this is how people get that look where you go across the suede with your finger and it looks, you know, buttery. Buttery! Cool, cool. All right, now that the suede is renapped, what we're gonna do now is recondition the suede using a suede conditioner called Mink oil, and I will list that in the description down below if you all wanna grab that, because it's very useful. Not only does it revitalize and add volume back to the suede, it also helps by conditioning the suede and kind of waterproofing it to an extent. So we're gonna spray that on, and you wanna use a hefty amount, or I say a generous amount on the shoe. And then once you have that, I usually like to wave it around just a little bit so it has time to dry. So waving it. Now I'm gonna use a horsehair bristle brush to massage all of this in. And as you all can see, the suede is gonna start to look more alive, and the volume is added back in. And it's okay if it gets on other parts of the shoes as well. It helps out with conditioning the multiple materials that are on this boot. So now that this is all rubbed in, it's time to do our buttery check. I'm gonna go up. As you all can see, the suede is buttery, buttery. Ooh! But yeah, the suede is looking very nice and very sweet. And there's literally one thing left to do to these is just relace them, and then I'll show you a side by side of how both of the shoes look. One done, one undone, and you all be the judge. Let me know. All right, y'all, now that the restoration has been complete, I will show you all the side by side. So look down below. We have one shoe that's completely done and one shoe that is still pretty dirty, but it's really truly a night and day difference. Only thing we couldn't really fix on the pair that's already complete is this kind of peeling or whatever they did to the shoe beforehand, because it's just, once it's cut, you really can't do anything about it. Most I could potentially do is maybe touch that up with glue just to get it to stay down, but other than that, they came out very nice. Inside, you can really see on the midsole and the outsole like how clean these are, especially how buttery the suede now is compared to the other one. Back, flip it. Back to the shoes. You can see that the one that I finished and conditioned looks way more vibrant than the one next to it. And then of course the bottoms. And then that's pretty much a wrap on this restoration, y'all. I'm gonna knock out the other shoe off camera like I said before. If you all have a pair of Timberland boots in similar condition, definitely feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram and I will take care of you. Or comment down below and I'll message you back and set something up. New customers get 50% off their first order. And hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next one.